is a chance to wipe out the hyena leadership in one decisive blow. Get in there and hunt them down. Every last one of them.
You are watching Random Plays. This is Radio Gamer, back on track, loud and clear. Previously, for the Offensive True Patriot, we've had the 320,000 armor and gil. This time, we'll be having the Perfect Bloodsucker. We would go for total DPS as we gain the max 15% weapon damage in 4 of our gear pieces. Along with it would be the Intimidate skill that will further give the 35% weapon damage. We'll take advantage of the flag effect, the red, white, and blue, through the intense RPM of the Chatterbox SMG Exotic. Moreover, our aim here is to kill every enemies in sight, gain some of that bonus armor, and be rewarded of the 35% bonus damage. So just to get the hang of it, let's get started. Let's hit up our specialization as we go for Gunner. As said a while ago, we'll be having an Offensive True Patriot, and from this we want to get its payoff from being offensive through a number of kills, which would serve as our insurance as well, because we'll be getting our armor and kills. Thus, this incessant in Tier 3 will be giving 10% armor and kill. The next thing that would come handy is this Coupler Tier 3, in which every third reload is 50% faster. Now as we equip our Chatterbox, we'll be getting a lot of RPMs, intense RPMs from this gun, and thus we'll be losing a lot of ammo. And the one that we'll cover from that one will be the supply line talent, in which generating 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Party members recover 5%. And on top of the high RPM effect of this Chatterbox, we'll be having on top of it the Barrage talent, in which rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. Starting with our main weapon, we will be having this Chatterbox SMG Exotic, and we'll be equipping this one as our primary because I think it's been a while since I've seen a build with this Chatterbox included. And I see its full potential equipping this with the Offensive True Patriot build because we'll be taking effect of the flags, which is red, white, and blue, through the high RPM of this gun. Thus, right now I do have 89.3 thousand damage, 700 RPM, and 78 mag. I do have 13.7 SMG damage, 19% crit hit chance, and 10% crit hit damage. This is the talent that is included from this gun. It is called Incessant Chatter. When you reload, rate of fire is increased by 20% for each enemy within 15 meters for the duration of that magazine. Max stacks is 5, so that will be about 100% increased rate of fire. So kills refill 50% of your magazine. So again, basically the effect of this gun is when you do have, say, 3 enemies in front of you within 15 meters, you'll be having 60% rate of fire. Alright, so the next gun that we will be having is this Dark Winter named item. This is a god roll in my inventory, and I do have here 84.9 thousand total damage, 1200 RPM, and 45 mag. So right now I do have a 15% SMG damage, 21% crit hit chance, and 10% crit hit damage. So this is a named item, thus we will be having this talent called Perfect Killer, wherein killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 50% crit hit damage for 10 seconds. So let's go now with the main highlight of our build, which is our gears. But first, let's discuss the brand sets. For the chest, I do have here Sockle of Concern, which will be giving me 10% SMG damage. For the backpack, I do have here Bellstone Armory, and that is for 1% armor regeneration. And of course, for the other 4 pieces, we will be having the True Patriot. For 2 pieces, we'll be getting 30% ammo capacity. 3 pieces will be getting 30% magazine size, and for 4 pieces will be taking in effect the red, white, and blue. Every 2 seconds, enemies you shoot receive a stacking debuff of red, white, and blue. For the red flag, we'll be having amplified damage of 8%. For the white, we'll be getting an armor regeneration once every second for 2%. And for the blue one, it decreases the enemy's damage dealt by 8%. For the full flag, when all colors are present, enemies that die while under the effect of all 3 debuffs create a 5-meter explosion, dealing damage equal to their total health and armor. But there's a note here that explosion damage reduced on named enemy deaths. For the chest and backpack talent, they might not be new to you, but they are perfect combinations. Why? Because they do support each other. But before we discuss the chest and backpack talent over here, let's go first with the skills, because this is how we'll play the game. First, you need to equip the Banshee Pulse, so Gunner is really a must for the offensive True Patriot build. Banshee Pulse launches a forward arc of pulse energy that disorients enemies caught in the wave. So thus, this applies a disorient status, and this is for a cooldown of 24.6 seconds, duration of 10.2 seconds, effect duration of the Confuse, which is the disorient. This is for 4.4 seconds. So right after you have confused the enemies, you can go to them up front and have them face on, and you can buy some time to kill them. Thus, you'll be taking advantage of this Perfect Bloodsucker, wherein killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 12% bonus armor for 10 seconds, wherein max stack is for 10 times. Right after you've had the bonus armor, you can take advantage of this Intimidate Chest talent over here, wherein while you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. So you can do this while they are confused. Alright, so taking advantage of the bonus armor, as you get the 35% weapon damage, you can kill more enemies, and thus you'll be stacking more bonus armor from this Perfect Bloodsucker. Now since we've discussed the talents and the mechanics on how we'll play the build, let's go now with the stats and the attributes of this gear set. First, with the mask, I do have here 163,000 armor. I've rolled this for 12% crit hit damage, and I have a mod slot of 11.5 crit hit damage. For the backpack, I do have here Liquid Engineer, and I have rerolled this for 15% weapon damage. This is 12% by default for skill haste, 6% crit hit chance, and I do have a mod slot of 5.8 crit hit chance. Now for the chest part over here, I do have a god roll for 15% weapon damage, 12% crit hit damage, and 10% hazard protection. For the mod slot, I do have 11.9 crit hit damage. For the gloves, I do have a True Patriot over here, which is 470,000 armor by default, and I have rerolled this for 6% crit hit chance. For the holster, I do have here True Patriot for a rerolled 15% weapon damage and a default 10.4 crit hit damage. Now for the knee pads, I do have here a rerolled of 15% weapon damage, and I have by default 11.5 crit hit damage. So let's now take a peek with our stats. So right over here, I do have 60% crit hit chance, and that would be the best tip if you'll be using the SMGs because you'll be hitting a lot of RPMs with your gun, and that is to make sure that every hits or every bullets will be in critical hits. So I do have here 129.3 crit hit damage. Next essential thing would be the 1% armor regeneration. I do have in total 1,093,000. For the armor regen, I do have 10,932. Once again, for the skills, I have chosen this Banshee Pulse because this would be the easiest one to distract the enemies, unlike the Firefly wherein you have to aim one by one. Now next skill that I have chosen is a Reviver Hive because I do want to make sure that there will be enough survivability for the build, but if you want to, if you're confident enough, you can go for a shield or maybe a striker drone to further distract your enemies. Now lastly, as usual, I'll be showing you the preview of our stats. That's it for the video. If you like it, please give a thumbs up. And please do subscribe to my channel. I will really appreciate it for more upcoming Division 2 videos. Once again, you are watching Random Plays. This is Radio Gamer. Over and out.